Good morning. In the last lecture, we started Poynting vector, and the final equation we obtained is this one. S is equal to E cross H. This is equal to ER cross HR cos square omega t plus EIM cross HIM sin square omega t minus ER cross HIM plus EIM cross HR into sin omega t cos omega t, and the equation number, let me call it 4. You continue with the sequence we had in the last lecture. How we obtained this equation for the Poynting vector? We started with the time varying fields. We have a general idea about the Poynting vector as power flux or the rate of energy transmitted or crossing unit area held perpendicular to it per unit time. The electromagnetic field was considered by Maxwell as elastic solid, in which the potential energy for the strain he considered was the electrical component H, and the kinetic energy needed for the motion he considered was the H component. Of course, this view was no longer valid, and the idea of storage of energy residing into the electromagnetic field is confirmed. The Poynting vector is taken as along the direction of propagation of the electromagnetic energy. Electromagnetic energy may be considered in plane wave form. It may be considered in other complicated wave forms also. When we consider the electromagnetic energy in plane wave form, let us consider light energy as example of electromagnetic energy. We know that light energy is electromagnetic energy. It has two components: electrical component capital E, magnetic component capital H, which are mutually perpendicular to each other. At the same time, they are perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the light, and therefore cross product of vector E and vector H is always perpendicular to the plane of the vectors E and H. It means that E cross H is always along the direction of propagation of the light energy, and therefore the Poynting vector may be taken to find the intensity of the light. It is taken in the direction of the propagation of electromagnetic energy. Whenever we want to find the intensity of light or amount of energy crossing unit area held perpendicular to it per unit time, we have to consider Poynting vector, because only Poynting vector is providing us the amount of energy crossing unit area held perpendicular to it per unit time, we may take this as intensity. If we have a source of light and we want to find the intensity of light emitted by this source of light, it is enclosed in a closed surface. This light from this source is moving in all directions in the form of waves. It is enclosed in a closed surface. When the light passes through the surface, crosses the surface, every ray of light crossing the surface is acting as normal at that point, which can be taken as E cross H. Take integration of P cross H over the whole surface, that will provide us the intensity of light emitted by the source of light. We use this idea for finding the expression for the Poynting vector, yes, E cross H. We want to apply this to the time varying fields. Electromagnetic energy is considered in time varying fields. Okay, so we consider a time varying field, and in this time varying field we want to describe the Poynting vector. The Poynting vector in the time varying fields will be instantaneous Poynting vector. The Poynting vector in the time varying fields will be instantaneous Poynting vector. Its value may be different at different times. At a particular time, its value will be constant. This may be represented as a real part of a cross product of two terms. E is equal to E0 e to the power I omega t, and H is equal to H0 into e to the power I omega t. E is equal to E0 into e to the power I omega t is a complex term. H is equal to H0 into e to the power I omega t is also a complex term. And cross product of E and H should be real. So we utilized these two expressions. E is equal to E0 e to the power I omega t, H is equal to H0 into e to the power I omega t. We took E0 is equal to ER plus IEM, ER corresponding to real part, IEM corresponding to imaginary part of the electrical field. H0 is equal to HR into IHIM, HR corresponding to real part of H, and this IHIM corresponding to the imaginary part of HO. We are going to have only real part of cross product of E0 and H0. By considering all these parts, we got equation number 4 for the Poynting vector. S is equal to E cross H is equal to ER cross HR into cos square omega t plus EIM into HIM sin square omega t minus ER cross HIM plus EIM cross HR square bracket multiplied by sin omega t into cos omega t. Putting the values of E0 and H0 here and taking a real part of that, we got this equation. Now let us have a close look into this equation. This is first term having cosine, this is second term having sine, this is third term having sine as well as cosine. We want to write equation 4 in simplified form for the Poynting vector. How to write equation 4 in a simplified form for Poynting vector? Let us talk about this term, and this term. This Poynting vector is expressed in time varying fields. What is time average of sin omega t, cos omega t? Time average of sin omega t and cos omega t is always 0. Time average of sin omega t into cos omega t is always 0. Time average of sin square omega t is 1 divided by 2, and time average of this cos square omega t is also 1 divided by 2. In the first term, time average of cos square omega t is 1 by 2. In the second term, time average of sin square omega t is also 1 by 2. In the third term, time average of sin omega t into cos omega t is equal to 0. Let us substitute the time average values of this term and this term in equation 4 and rewrite equation 4. So after substituting the time average values of cos square omega t, sin square omega t and sin omega t into cos omega t in equation 4 may further be written as, when we write this way, it is representing time average of Poynting vector S, that is equal to E cross H, time average of Poynting vector. This is equal to 1 divided by 2 into ER cross HR plus 1 divided by 2 into EIM cross HIM minus this square bracket times 0. So 0 will be there. There is no need to write this because the third term has become 0. If this 1 by 2 is taken common, equation for time average of the Poynting vector will be (1 by 2) into ER cross HR plus EIM cross HIM, equation number 5. This is the expression for the Poynting vector in time varying fields. Equation 5 is the expression for the Poynting vector in time varying fields. Time average of Poynting vector, or the Poynting vector in the time varying fields is given by this equation, 1 by 2 times in the square bracket ER cross HR plus EIM cross HIM, equation number 5. Equation 5 can also be written in terms of the complex part and complex conjugate part. Equation 5 can also be written in terms of complex terms and the complex conjugate of the complex part. For example, let us suppose that you have a complex number A is equal to x plus iy. A is a complex number, A is equal to x plus iy. A is a real part, iy imaginary part, because I is imaginary, whose value is square root of minus 1. If this is the complex number, it's a complex conjugate A star. You may write A bar or A star. Let me write here A star. This A star will be equal to x minus iy. This A star is known as complex conjugate or conjugate complex of this complex number. A is a complex number given by x plus iy. Its conjugate complex is given by A star. You can also put this as A bar, doesn't matter. A star is equal to x minus iy. What change made in the complex number to get its conjugate? sign of the imaginary part I is changed, and therefore as A star is complex conjugate of A is also conjugate complex of A star. We want to represent the time average of the Poynting vector in terms of the conjugate complex part. For this, we have to start with again. Let me equation 5 here only, so that we can compare the time average of Poynting vector written using the complex term and its complex conjugate. Let me put this S as E H, or you can write this side 0, this side 0. So E cross H is E0 e to the power I omega t cross H0 star e to the power minus I omega t. If we take cross product of these two, we will come here E0 cross H0 star into e to the power I omega t into e to the power minus I omega t. And what is product of e to the power I omega t and e to the power minus I omega t? What is product of these two? Add the indices, base is same. If we add indices here, we will have e to the power I omega t minus I omega t. The index will become 0, e to the power 0 is 1, and therefore this product will simply become 1, and here we will simply have time average of S is equal to E0 cross H0 star. This is for the ER plus I EIM cross HR minus I HIM. It is complex. H0 star is conjugate complex of H0. What was H0 we taken earlier? HR plus I HIM, and therefore its conjugate complex will be HR minus I HIM. Let us work out this further. If we work out this, we will have this time average of Poynting vector as ER cross HR plus, let us take product of these two, I into minus I minus I square minus into value of I square is minus 1, that is simply 1, that is plus 1. And therefore if I take product of these two, what I will get here? EIM cross HIM, right? This cross product of this with this is taken, cross product of this with this is taken. Now take cross product of these two and these two. If we take cross product of these two plus I into EIM cross HR Okay, this product is taken I times EIM into EIM cross HR, I times EIM into EIM cross HR. Now of these two, minus I is there. Let me write minus I. ER cross HIM, ER cross HIM, or this is for the ER cross HR plus EIM cross HIM. I can be taken common, plus I is taken common. The first term will be EIM cross HR minus ER cross HIM, equation number 6. It is for the same one, but taking the conjugate complex, taking the conjugate complex of the complex part available for the magnetic component H. And what we get? ER cross HR plus EIM cross HIM plus I times this. Equation 5 is for average value of time average value of pointing vector. Equation 6 is for the same. It is also for time average value of the pointing vector. Compare these two. If we compare these two, this imaginary part will not come into the time average of the pointing vector. No need to go for that. Except this 1 by 2, this real part and this real part in equations 5 and 6 is same. Except this 1 by 2, this real part and this real part in equations 5 and 6 is same. And therefore, in terms of complex conjugate, the time average value of S may be written simply as 1 by 2 times real part of E0 cross H0 star, equation 7. Comparing equations 5 and 6, we come to the conclusion that in the time averaging part of the pointing vector, this imaginary part will not come. Then if we compare this real part and this real part of 5 and 6, except this 1 by 2, this real part and this real part is same. And therefore, time average value of the pointing vector is simply 1 by 2 times real part of E0 cross H0 star. Okay, so this is the way of expressing the time average of pointing vector in equation 5 and in equation 7. If you use equation 7, in equation 7, the conjugate complex part is used for the magnetic field. If you go for equation 5, you find that conjugate complex part is not used in equation 5. Actually, equation 5 and equation 7 both are same. Just similar to the time average values of pointing vector, we can also write the expressions for time average values of the electrostatic energy stored in the electromagnetic field and the magnetic energy stored in the electromagnetic field. Let me put this here. UE is dou by dou t of volume integration of 1 by 2 E dot d we are going to take its time average, so this will go away and it will be simply for time average it will be 1 by 2 E dot D this may be for the 1 by 2 epsilon into E dot E star, or this is simply 1 by 2 epsilon E dot E star, or simply 1 by 2 epsilon E square, equation number 8. So for this you may use this one or this one. It will be the time average value of the electrostatic energy stored in the electromagnetic field. Similarly, we may put equation for the magnetic energy. Just similar to the analogy with equations 5 and 6, we can write equations 8 and 9. Equations 5 is for the time average of the Poynting vector. Equation 7 is for the same. This analogy of writing the time average values for the Poynting vector, the way we used in 5 and 7, the same can be used for writing the time average values for electrostatic energy stored in the electromagnetic field and magnetic energy stored in the magnetic field, and these are the ways of writing. So this is the time average value of electrostatic energy, which can be 1 by 2 epsilon E dot E star, or simply 1 by 2 epsilon E square. The same is for the magnetic energy stored in the electromagnetic field UM. Solving this, 1 by 2 mu H dot H star, or simply 1 by 2 mu H square, equation number 9. So this is about the Poynting vector. I have solved all the equations, all the expressions required to understand this article. At the same time, the required conception was also introduced to you. Hope you got it. Thank you.